climb to your first $100,000 is the hardest, but it's also the milestone that can change your financial future. What happens after $100,000? How long does it take to reach $200,000, $300,000, or even $1 million? I've saved $100,000 myself, and I'll answer those questions while showing you 8 ways to reach your first $100,000 faster. Other videos talk at you. This one walks you through every 100,000 step to 1 million. And later, I'll give you the same free tools I used to hit my first $100,000 so you can reach yours even sooner. The first $100,000 is the hardest to reach. Look at the numbers. Let's say you save $1,000 a month. After 1 year, you have $12,000. After 2 years, $24,000. After 3 years, $36,000. Respectable, but nowhere near 6 figures. Even after 5 years, you've only saved $60,000, just a little over halfway. At this pace, it can take more than 8 years to hit 100,000. Doesn't it feel slow? Doesn't it feel like you're grinding forever with nothing to show? And sure, you might think, so the problem is saving $1,000 is too little. Just make it $2,000. But that's easy to say and hard to do. In your 20s and 30s, you're early in your career, wages aren't high, costs keep climbing. You're paying rent or a mortgage, trying to save for a down payment, covering insurance, kids, car payments. You have one body, one job, but hundreds of things to pay. You feel like they're pulling you into pieces. That's the hidden truth. The first $100,000 is the hardest because every dollar depends only on you. So, what happens after you hit your first $100,000? Look at the table. At a 7% return, the first year shows $7,000 in growth. That's without you adding a single dollar. Doesn't that feel like a bonus paycheck? Now, compare that to saving $500 a month. That's only $6,000 a year. The table makes it clear. Once you're past $100,000, the growth itself is bigger than your savings. And the further down the table you go, the more the numbers climb. $7,000 turns into $8,000, then $9,000, then 5 figures a year. You can see it right there. The money is finally doing the heavy lifting. The table doesn't lie. Growth speeds up year after year while your effort stays the same. Now, here's the interesting question you have been waiting for. If the table shows 100,000 growing this fast, how long will it take to see 200,000, 500,000, or even 1 million? Picture this. You're at your kitchen table. Coffee's in the air. Laptop open. You invest at 7% return a year, $10,000 each year, and the table shows the path. From 0 to your first 100,000, 8 years. That's 2 job changes, 3 new phones, and you still feel broke. The next 100,000 from 100 to 200,000 takes 5 years. About the length of a car loan, minus the leather seats you stop noticing after a month. 200 to 300,000, 4 years. Your kid goes from middle school to high school and eats twice as much. 300 to 400,000, 3 years. You plan a dream vacation, delay it twice, finally go. 400 to 500,000, 2.5 years, 2 summers, 2 holidays, 24 essential Amazon buys you forgot you ordered. Then the snowball flies. 500 to 600,000, 2 years, just like that weekend home project still sitting half done. 600 to 700, 2 years, 1 mortgage refix, 3 trips to IKEA. 700 to 800, 1.5 years. 800 to 900, 1.5 years. 1 birthday, no candles counted. 900,000 to $1 million. A little over a year, 7 figures on the screen, and it still doesn't feel real. That's the power of time and compounding. Remember this. The first 100,000 took 8 years. The last 100,000 took 1. If you want to run your own numbers, grab my free compound interest calculator in the description. So the real question is, how do you reach that first $100,000 faster? Here are 8 ways you can save your first 100,000 so you can hit the steeper part of the curve sooner. The first way is to use my budget spreadsheet, not just to track spending, but to see which money for future expenses can be moved to a high-interest savings account, a balanced fund, or a stock index fund. For example, I moved the money I was saving for a new phone and my next car into a balanced index fund. In 5 years, it grows at a moderate 4 to 5% a year, instead of doing nothing in the bank. That way, the money's ready when I need it, without scrambling or going into debt. Grab my free budget spreadsheet, link in the YouTube description. The second way is you can save your first 100,000 to cut costs you don't love. Unused memberships, streaming subscriptions, there are free alternatives. The third is to focus on big wins: cars, rent, insurance, not just coffee. The fourth is don't skip car maintenance and medical checkup. Small fixes now beat big bills later. The fifth is to boost income. Raise over time, side hustle. The sixth is shop back. In 6 months, I saved $260 on a $1,950 laptop. And so far, I've earned over $550 in cash back. You can use it on travel, groceries, tech, fashion, basically stuff you're already buying. Use my referral code to get $10 free in the YouTube description. The seventh is to sell unused stuff. Your garage is an ATM. And the eighth is to review your bills. Switch electricity or internet every year to grab new customer deals. I cut $30 a month just by downgrading my plan, still streaming in 4K, and even making the video you're watching now. Those are 8 ways to save your first $100,000 faster. But now, I want to hear from you. What's the smartest way you're using to reach your first $100,000? Saving and investing can take you to $100,000 and then $1 million, but it often takes decades. Yet some people in their 30s and 40s are already millionaires. In my next video, 7 Habits of Millionaires in Your 30s and 40s, I'll share 7 real stories of ordinary people who made it.